The last seed. In a small, drought-stricken village at the edge of a desert, there lived an old farmer named Ravi. For generations, his family had tilled the same patch of land. But years of failing rains had turned his once lush fields into cracked earth, and hope had become a scarce commodity. One blistering summer evening, Ravi sat alone under a dying neem tree, staring at the last handful of seeds left in his granary. Each seed had once promised life, but now they felt like pebbles of regret in his palm. His neighbors had already abandoned the land, moving to the city to look for work. They told Ravi, "There's nothing left here. Let it go." Yet Ravi couldn't. His father had taught him that land, like hope, should never be abandoned. Among the seeds was a single grain of millet, older and smaller than the rest. It seemed almost useless, but for reasons he couldn't explain, Ravi felt drawn to it. The next morning, before dawn broke over the horizon, he walked out to the center of his barren field. His feet cracked the dry earth with each step. Kneeling, he dug a small hole and placed the tiny seed into the ground. "It might be foolish," Ravi whispered, "but may you find a way to live." Days turned into weeks. The sun burned relentlessly, and winds swept away loose soil. Each dawn, Ravi came to check the spot. He poured a few precious drops of water, taken from his own daily share. Neighbors shook their heads. "One seed won't save you," they told him. But Ravi kept watering, kept hoping. Then, one morning, a miracle, a thin green shoot peeked through the soil. Ravi's heart pounded in his chest like a drum. Against all odds, life had returned to his field. The shoot grew taller each day, its color a stubborn defiance against the desert around it. Inspired, Ravi searched his surroundings for scraps of organic matter, bits of dry leaves, and even his kitchen waste to create compost. He tended the seedling with gentle hands, talking to it as if it were an old friend. Slowly, the millet plant matured, its roots finding hidden moisture deep underground. As it grew, villagers began to notice. Some laughed at first, but a few felt a stirring of forgotten hope. If one plant could survive, maybe their fields could too. Ravi shared his composting methods and encouraged them to try planting again, even if only a handful of seeds. Months later, the millet plant bore a single golden head heavy with grain. Ravi held it gently, tears blurring his vision. From that one head, he harvested enough seeds to plant a larger patch next season. By the following year, small patches of green had returned to the village. Neighbors planted cautiously, learning to work with the land instead of against it. The rains remained unpredictable, but the spirit of the village had changed. They learned to save water, compost, and value each seed as a promise. Ravi, standing amidst his growing field, realized that hope isn't something that magically appears. It must be planted, watered, and protected, even when everyone else has given up. The story of the last seed spread beyond the village. It became a testament that sometimes it only takes one act of faith, one tiny seed of courage, to bring an entire community back to life. No matter how dry the soil or how long the drought, hope can grow, even from the smallest, most forgotten seed.